But yeah, so this is if you haven't seen my introduction or my TikToks on this, basically I'm doing live TikToks of reactions to the movies. I'm detailing very detailed information on feats and stuff, and I'm pitting the characters against each other. It's also kind of hard because a lot of these characters like are clearly stronger in one way but weaker in a different way. But yeah, going here to Alice in Wonderland. So as far as ranking that movie, again, enjoyed it a lot. I think it was very similar to Cinderella. I was glad to see a through story. Alice in Wonderland was definitely one of the ones that I used to watch all the time as a kid. So I think as far as the movie, I think I'm gonna put it right above Cinderella and actually above Pinocchio but under Bambi. Let's start with Cheshire Cat. One of the more powerful characters. Cheshire Cat. He can turn invisible. He can teleport. He can remove his own limbs and basically throw them as a fighting tool, sit on them, juggle them. His legs, his arms, his tail, his head all detach, and yeah. Um, so he clearly has powers. He might be the is he the first character that has like actual powers that aren't related to magic, other than Dumbo who can fly actually. So yeah, so he's one of the first characters. Um, Man, I think as far as him versus Dopey, I think that's where I kind of want to start. Is he stronger than Dopey? Is he stronger than Dopey? Like Dopey is strong, but he's not that bright. He can take a lot of pain. But basically, Cheshire can disappear, can teleport, can basically troll Dopey. So I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to put Cheshire above Dopey. As far as Goofy and Donald, I mean, they both are skilled fighters. Um, Both clearly dealing with trolls. I think they've both dealt with um Chip and Dale in the past. So I'm kind of willing to put Cheshire at 8 below Goofy because I think Goofy could beat him. Let's see up here. And like I kind of I kind of wish Joby could hold his own, but I don't think he can against powers that Cheshire has. I just don't think he's smart enough. If he was smarter, I'd say he could. I just don't think he's smart enough. Um, Alice, I'm gonna put above Ichabod. She's basically is just human. Um, Actually, that's not true. Sorry, I forgot. She has the ability in Wonderland at least, and I'm just gonna use this for her fighting so that she has an ability. She has the ability to shrink and grow. So I'm thinking that helps her out through the bottom here. Um, so basically, I think where she's gonna stop. So I think basically because she can get really, really big, the size of a three-story building. I think when we're looking down here, so basically, I mean, down here, other than the headless horseman, we don't really have any fighters. Jacques, I guess, would be a fighter, but he doesn't stand a chance against somebody who's the size of a three-story building. But when you get to Panchito, I mean, he's gun trained. In a fighter. I think he could take Alice. Yeah, I think he could take Alice. I think he could basically hold his own, even if she's big. Basically, she's still human. She didn't show any superhuman strength or resilience. So bullets really gonna do a lot of damage to her. So we'll put her at 16. Honestly, my instinct was to put her right above Ichabod, but I forgot about that growing and shrinking ability. Uh, She also did fight a flamingo pretty well, so she has been shown to fight birds. But I don't think that would. I mean, the flamingo was just a flamingo, not Panchito, the gunslinging bird. Does she have anything else? No. I mean, when she was tall, she did make a sneeze that launched a lizard a mile in the air. But I don't think that would help her against Panchito. She can't control the sneeze. Evil or the Queen of Hearts, her I'd actually be willing to put underneath Bambi. Mainly just because she showed nothing. She had a temper and she did show a little bit of strength, which I think she could beat the shit out of Ichabod. But I think Bambi with his horns could probably take her. And then we have the Mad Hatter. And Mad Hatter, I think, is kind of going to be similar to Alice. He really didn't show much of like super strength, super endurance, anything like that. But he did have a high pain tolerance, which I think leads me to want to put him above Alice, still below Punchito. Um, maybe no, I think below Panchito would be a good place for him, just because like I said, he showed a high pain tolerance. He was dumping tea on him consistently throughout his scene in Alice in Wonderland. So he clearly does not care about hot tea. You ever pour hot tea on your leg? That burns, and he did not care. I think he dumped an entire mug on him. So I'm willing to put him right above Alice. White Rabbit. Um, honestly, very similar to Hopper. Actually, like he's just a rabbit, which is what Hopper is. Um, or Thumper. Sorry, not Hopper. Thumper. I'm also thinking about it now, and this is like last week. I said I might go back and change these. Uh, I think Bambi should go above Thumper. I don't think Timothy should be Thumper. I think Thumper could squish Timothy with his foot. So I think I'm just gonna switch that around. I don't think it matters because I think all these people are gonna end up on the bench anyway. Um, but then with the White Rabbit, I mean he's basically the same as Thumper. He's just a rabbit. So I'd say right under Thumper. I think Thumper's like ability to vibrate could could just knock the White Rabbit out. The only difference really is White Rabbit's more fancy, I guess. He wears a suit, has a has a stopwatch. But yeah. And then the last one we have for Alice is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They actually did show some powers. They can both bounce pretty high. They can both they can duplicate into many different Tweedledees and Tweedledums. I'm also ranking them together because they're the exact same character. I'm not entirely convinced that one of them just isn't a clone of the other, since they did show they can make clones of each other. They're really fast. I mean, they basically were hopping all over the forest within seconds. And they both have very high pain tolerances. They're actually, I mean, they were very similar characters to Dopey, where they just didn't really show any bones or anything. However, I think they didn't really show as much strength as Dopey showed, and I think they might be susceptible to the Evil Queen's magic. Once again, the only reason I have Dopey over the Evil Queen is because in the movie he did actually beat her, and I don't know if Tweedledee and Tweedledum could beat her. So I think right under the Evil Queen is a good spot for Tweedledee and Tweedledum right now. And man, 2 weeks in, we've already got 34 characters ranked. So, I mean, we probably got like 5 or 6 more weeks of this. So that's going to show you how many characters we're going to be looking at. But yeah, so that's it for Alice in Wonderland, and pretty much it for week 2.